SPX 6900 is starting to heat up again. We are seeing the numbers tick up. We're seeing the chart tick up. We are seeing more traction on Twitter. And we're seeing a lot of large cap Ethereum-based memes particularly are heating up. This rally we've seen in the last week or two, it's not too much Solana-based. It is Bitcoin and Ethereum, and the coins with the good communities, well-run teams, just like SPX 6900, are capitalizing. And before we go any further with SPX, some updates from my exchange partners, BTCC. So the big 14-year anniversary badge campaign that ended. Now they're going to have some big new campaigns kicking off later in the month. But in the meantime, there are always smaller giveaways, competitions, etc. Like this one right here for first-time copy traders. This one runs throughout the month of July. If you open up your first copy trade during that time period this month and it ends up in a loss, BTCC will cover the first $50 of that loss. Pretty cool, right? Additionally, this one here for people who have not signed up for BTCC, if you open an account here and deposit $500 within the first 7 days, then you will get a free $20 trading fund. Pretty cool, right? So if you do want to sign up for an account, as usual, use my link at the top of the video description area. Right there, you can also get up to $10,000 in bonus money. Now back to SPX and the market. So obviously crypto is pumping like crazy. Bitcoin right now is at an all-time high. It's the highest it's ever been in its 16 years of existence, 112,683. Ethereum is ripping as well. ETH is up 9% on the week compared to Bitcoin's up 3% on the week. So ETH is even hotter, but the exciting part right here is that ETH is still about 35-40% off its all-time high. Same thing as Solana at 158. Solana is about 40-45% off its ATH. So usually we see all these coins, Bitcoin, ETH, Sol, at reaching all-time highs at the same time. We're not seeing that. And then if we look at the altcoin index, it is only at 24. Without getting into the technicals, that means the money is concentrated largely in Bitcoin. So this is good news because altcoin season hasn't even arrived, and it's going to arrive sooner than later. And that is when we're going to see coins like ETH hit an all-time high, and SPX 6900 is on Ethereum, so it is going to start ripping as well. So why is the market ripping so much right now in the middle of summer? It's a little unusual. Anyone's guess. No one really knows. I think it has something to do with May being a huge conference month this past May. We had Token 2049 Dubai at the beginning of the month, then we had Consensus in the middle of May, and then we had Bitcoin Vegas at the end of May. So when you have 3 of the 4 biggest conferences in the world each year happening in a 1-month period, the price action during the events during that month is going to be a little chaotic. There's a lot going on, but you start to see the pumps a couple weeks or a month or two after the events end, because then people get home, the projects they talked about get created, or old projects get brought back to life. Essentially, that's when people start to capitalize on the connections they made at the conference. It also could be that we are now 6 months into Trump's presidency, and then obviously it was a big personality difference, him from the prior administration, and it took us a little bit longer, several months, to adapt to that. That's why the market was surprisingly tanking in the beginning, but now we're 6 months in. So these tariff announcements, war announcements, that stuff just doesn't have the effect, the negative effect that it used to have, and the market is slowly creeping up. That is the result. Now, price action-wise, SPX is hot. It's up 16.5% on the week and up 19% on the 2-week. MOG, another large cap blue chip meme, is even hotter. It's up roughly an equal 18% on the week, but it's up 38% on the 2 weeks. Pepe, another large cap blue chip meme, numbers are roughly similar to SPX, up 14.5% and 23%. Then Brett, that's on base chain, but that is an Ethereum compatible network, so it tends to move in line with Ethereum, and then it is up pretty similar to MOG, up 16.5% of the week, up 33% on the 2 weeks. The difference from SPX to all the other ones is, yes, they're all blue chip memes on the same chain, but SPX is right at all-time highs. MOG is down about 65% from all-time high. Pepe is down about the same thing, 65% from all-time high. Brett down 75% down from all-time high. So that is the key difference. That shows me that investors might be favoring the newer projects like SPX. It was CTO'd about 9 months ago, whereas MOG, Pepe, and Brett are all late 2023 or early 2024 project. Now here's a good tweet right here. SPX 6900 is the only cryptocurrency in the top 100 that has outperformed Bitcoin in both 2024 and 2025. So a lot of coins outperformed BTC in 2024. That was like altcoin season. About 25 coins in the top 100 outperformed BTC. SPX was one of them, the 3rd best performer of the year. But very few coins in 2025 have outperformed BTC. It's not altcoin season anymore. It's mostly a Bitcoin year. So Only 6 coins in the top 100 this year have outperformed BTC. SPX, again, is one of them. So to rehash, both years, SPX6900 has been the third best performer in the top 100, and it's the only one to outperform BTC over both years combined. And Murad has made this Bitcoin to SPX comparison several times before. The communities of those two, SPX6900 and Bitcoin, are pretty similar. They're both super diehard. People basically just hold this coin, the vast majority of their portfolio is in this coin. They are aligned with the mission. They tend to have higher, dollar amounts in their portfolio. They're semi-whales. They have jobs. They're not get-rich-quick people. They basically hodl long-term. That is the mindset right there. So it's no surprise that since Bitcoin is pumping right now, so is SPX as well. What else do we have here? Finally got a break from the Friars for a few minutes. Just wanted to say hi. Seen Sam Hyde secretly shill SPX 6900 in random streams. He's a big comedian. He's been shilling it, apparently. This was confirmed from other people, so that was pretty cool. Pretty cool. He's got a big following. Totally organic. They don't pay for that whatsoever. Here is Murad right here. He is talking on the block, promoting SPX 6900, etc. Here is another video of some other people doing the same things. The community is live. They're active. They're in video chats. They're on Twitter Spaces. They're making memes. They're just hodling. They're doing it. That's all. SPX community, say hi down below, drop a comment, hit the like, subscribe button. I'll be back with a new video. Bencrypto signing out. Catch you later.